Hey, all y'all. Today's episode is called Who the Hell Am I? And Why Do I Think I Can Do This Kind of Thing? I grew up in farm country. I grew up between a cornfield and a horse farm. I could tell the difference in smell between pig manure, cow manure, and horse manure. My family itself were not farmers. We just sort of lived among farmers. And as you can imagine, this was a conservative area, and it's actually even more conservative now in some ways than it was then. Um, so those are all the people I know and grew up with. I was the only Jew around, so I got used to kind of representing my people and teaching people, and also not being offended easily. That's something I've always had. I also came out as bi when I was about 12, 13. And that was also a little unusual in the mid 90s, early mid 90s in Carroll County, Maryland. So I got used to also teaching people about that. I just decided to make myself the teacher of anyone who didn't understand anything about queer stuff or anything at all about Judaism. Um, they could bring me their stupidest questions and I would not get offended and I would respond and hopefully be able to communicate in a way that made sense to them. I then went on to become super duper lefty, hung out with a bunch of hardcore radical lefties, got to the point where they annoyed me, but I still loved them and know where they're coming from. I kind of feel like I know where everybody's coming from. Like when people say, "What are these, Trump voters so angry about?" I kind of know. And when they say, "Why are the Harris voters like uh, acting so crazy about, how they're all suicidal after Trump won?" I get that too. And I would love to explain it to all of you. Um, I got an English degree, and I've been a lawyer since then. So basically, my job is explaining things to people. I represent veterans trying to get benefits from the VA. Part of what I have really tried to do in that job is to explain VA law, medical stuff, and all kinds of other crazy stuff to my veterans, who are all different levels of education. And it's really weird stuff that I have to try to, translate into English for them. So that's why I'm putting myself out there to do this, because I feel like I was sort of born for this. This is what I enjoy doing. And granted, they're my friends, but a lot of people on my Facebook page have made comments about how lovely the conversations are on my Facebook page, where people can talk to each other and listen to each other. I've talked some people on the internet out into changing their minds. It is a thing that can happen, and it is so magical. And I love all humans. I cannot stop loving all humans. So that's why I'm putting myself in this position to try to translate for people so that we can all understand where we're coming from and not just give up on each other. Don't get me wrong. Do totally agree with every minority group that they should not have to explain their lives. Uh, that Trump used says the most horrific things about immigrants, about trans people, and it's not okay. I'm not going to try to say, "Oh, I get where people are coming from when they hate trans people." I get where people are coming from when they're afraid of trans people, maybe. Not the people themselves, but the whole concept, and they don't get it. And so that's going to be one of my episodes, because I have many trans people I love, and it took me a long time to understand the whole thing. So I would like to give that opportunity to other people. Um, I also will talk a little bit about how we're all racist. It's not like we want to be, but we were marinated in this country, and so we can't really help it. It's in there. Um, so, and when somebody says that you're racist, it doesn't mean that they're saying that you're a horrible person. That gets confusing. So I'll get into that too. But anyway, my point is, I am not here to apologize for hatred. I'm not cool with hatred. What I'm hoping to be able to do is to help explain what people are afraid of, what people are so frustrated about, and why they don't understand each other. And hopefully I can help a little bit. Who the heck knows? Here we go.